Wow. Nothing seems to be working correctly now.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Go ahead and talk for a minute, Cameron. Let's see if we can... Good morning, everybody. Apparently everything is wrong now.
Yes. It's awesome when Skype wants to do an update just before the show. That usually means no show. I have faith in our chat.
Okay, I fixed that part now. Can anybody hear Cameron?
I have faith in our chat. They'll tell us if we suck worse than normal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. While I'm waiting for them to tell us if we suck, I'm going to go watch our show and see if it sounds like it sucks to me. But hey, we do have a bit of a topic this morning. While I'm waiting for them to tell us.
Yes. And you know, if we're going to talk about it, Chris, did you have a good Father's Day?
I did indeed. It was mostly a lazy day. Just kind of quiet. Relax.
Brother, I've been to your house. Ain't shit quiet over there.
That is a fair and reasonable statement, yes. Oh dear. Apparently they can hear you. There's an echo.
Well, normally when these updates happen, they can't hear me at all.
So I don't know if we call that a win. Nothing seems to be working correctly now.
Oh dear.
Go ahead and talk.
Is it tolerable, do you think? Are we busted?
Good morning, everybody. Apparently everything is wrong now. Oh, I guess we're doing a show. So, here, let's just see what happens if we go over to the article view. Maybe I can get rid of Cameron's echo that way. Good. Oh, and that's busted too. Son of a bitch.
You know, our buddies at Polytech constantly joke about how they're shit at this. But
you know, every now and then things go to plan, and boom, there we go. Now it looks like it's working right. Maybe apparently my audio's good, so I suppose I could just fire Cameron for the next 10 minutes and call it a day. Actually, how about this? I'm going to hang up on you and bring it back in, see if that works.
All right.
And guys, if this doesn't solve Cameron's echo problem, then we'll just move on and deal with him. Steve says, "What did I just walk into?" You walked into everything going wrong. So, Cameron, talk to me, brother.
Well, I also had a fairly lazy Father's Day. It was, it was video games and pizza and just hanging out with the kids, really. I may have developed an unhealthy obsession with Plants vs. Zombies. I don't understand how I missed this charming little tower defense game, but, brother, it is the crack.
Yeah. Jamie says sounds off but no echo.
Oh dear.
Oh well. So Dad says they had a wonderful weekend with the Stone Mountain Jacobites. Mom and Dad went to hang out with the McLaren clan and one of the Carolinas this weekend.
One of them?
I'm jealous because well, it means that I missed out on scotch. But I'm seriously thinking about. Okay,
yes.
Hang on. Apparently you sound like garbage, but there's no more echo, so they're just gonna have to deal with garbage for the next 10 to 15 minutes because we're doing a short show this morning anyway.
Like quiet garbage or
excuse me. No, you sound like a transformer, says Jamie.
Are you kidding? I take that as a compliment.
Roll out. So
I know, right?
Here's what we're talking about this morning. Finally. Trump wishes a happy Father's Day to losers and RINOs. This from the New York Post. Former President Donald Trump on Sunday sent out a Father's Day message to his political adversaries, who he blasted as losers, and said he hoped U.S. residents across the political spectrum could come together. Trump, who is banned from Twitter and Facebook, released the statement through his political action committee, which was tweeted by his supporters. Happy Father's Day to all, including the radical left, RINOs, and other losers of the world. Hopefully, eventually, everyone will come together.
Oh, God.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The God Emperor of the Trolls is back, and he is a swinging. I love it. So, I mean, happy Father's Day to all. That's good, right? And then he even went so far as to say, and I'm not excluding the bad people who don't deserve my goodwill.
I know, man. I know. Yes, I miss the economic policy. Yes, I miss the foreign policy. Yes, I miss the fact that Trump was a uniting force on many issues. But hot damn, I miss that Twitter feed. Trump, his ability to tweak is just, I mean, mwah, chef's kiss, buddy. Like, even the occasional coffee, it was worth it. It was all worth it. It was the best Twitter feed ever. Twitter is a sadder place for Donald Trump's absence.
Oh, yeah. I mean, let's be real. Twitter is an absolute garbage heap.
Yeah, Twitter's already a sad place. Yeah, that's why I said sadder place.
And here, let's take us a peek at some of the responses. So here's Laverne Spicer, who is apparently a Republican candidate for Florida 24, fighting to expose the lies of the left and end Democrats' destruction of Black America. Okay, good for you, Laverne, and you just got mentioned by somebody who, well, looks like you need some support there, so there you go. So Randy Wynn, whoever the hell this guy is, but yeah, some random shithead Democrat. This is, without a doubt, the most ridiculous Father's Day message ever. Whiny, angry, insulting, and totally unrelated to being a father. I'm sorry, Randy. Part of being a father is raising your children to be smarter than to do stupid things like, collapse their economics through irresponsible spending and debt collection. And to not kill your own babies. So, yes.
Or to not collapse your own economy over a disease of suspicious origin. Or, you know what? Sometimes, man, you know what being a dad is? Like, it's telling your kid, you really need to stop acting like a shithead. That is one of the main functions of the dad. Like, the rough play that starts when they're young. Goes all the way through into the teenage and even early adult years. Hell, I've seen your father give you grief about smoking as recently as last year, and you're 40 fucking years old. That's just what dads do.
And I'll tell you the truth, it aggravates me every time he does it. And I love him for it anyway.
Yes. Yes. That's what dad. So the fact that Donald Trump would come out and he would come out swinging and he'd be like, "Sup, losers? How y'all doing? Happy Father's Day, even to all you shitheads over there." I mean, that's not only is that classic Trump, but that's actually something that a good dad would do. And I mean, let's be honest, his kids seem to be doing all right.
Sergeant Major says, "I never give up." There's your top comment badge, Sergeant Major.
Yeah, that's another dad thing. That is another dad thing. And
damn
look,
right.
It's not that moms don't sacrifice and struggle, because of course they do. But what's expected of a mother, well, in a healthy, functioning society anyway, what's expected of a mother is different than what's expected of a father. There's just a reason why, men are, was it like 7 times more likely to die at work?
Well, yeah, because there's a biological imperative for mommy to stay safe in the cave with the babies while daddy goes out to slay the mammoth. Because if mommy goes out and gets eaten by a Tyrannosaurus Rex while she's trying to slay the mammoth, there are no boobies in the cave to feed the babies off of. This isn't complicated math, okay? Mommy stays home in the cave, safe, while daddy leaves the safe space to go out and face great adversity in order to slay the mammoth and drag back the bacon.
Chris, are you suggesting that
it's about breakfast time and I haven't eaten yet? Yes.
No, but yes, but no, but yes. Are you suggesting that a woman could actually be considered a support structure for the baby, and the man could be considered a support structure for the woman? And because they not only divide the labor, but specialize the labor, that's how we've produced everything around us?
Yes.
Because it sounds like that's what you're suggesting.
It's the same reason the nurse doesn't perform your neurosurgery.
I mean, I gotta tell you, brother, you're fucking canceled, man. You're not allowed to think that way anymore.
Krista says mammoth bacon sounds yummy. Yes, Krista, that's why they're extinct.
That is well played.
There's a great deal of complex infrastructure involved with the very, very vital task of evading the extinction of pigs, as I have discovered the flavor of bacon. And for the last 40 years, I've been doing my level best to exterminate that particular rodent.
You know, see, but when you say mammoth bacon, I don't think about a woolly mammoth. I think about, like, nice 1/4-inch thick, nice little ring of pepper on the outside. That kind of bacon thick enough you can grill it.
With the crispy rind still on it?
Yes. Yes.
So that's my favorite kind of bacon. The bacon, that thick bacon, you grill it over the wood smoke. It's got that layer of black pepper on it, just like you described, but the black pepper is on both sides. It's not just stuck to the fat that's left after you trim everything. No. You've got the pork rind still on that slice of bacon, so it bubbles and crisps. Then you have the chewy, fatty bits, and you have the not so chewy, but not quite crispy. It's more like a slice of ham where the streak of lean is through there. And then you got that crunchy, break your teeth pork rind. That is bacon. Yes.
Yes. Wow. You just made me hungry, sir. I'm about to find out if there's a Waffle House nearby. I might need to get some bacon.
Good luck. Ooh, Waffle House. That's not the place I would go if I needed some bacon.
It's the place I can go if I need to substitute bacon. How about that?
Fair enough.
Because I can get it with some grits and some eggs and maybe a few slices of tomato. It has its place. But yeah, so...
Dad says we have quiches back of Baconator. Is Baconator the thing that you call that cold box in the kitchen, old man? Because I support this. In fact, I endorse this language.
So, I guess, because we are doing a little bit of a shorter show, if there's anything that I would really want to impart, we're just having some fun because it was Father's Day and celebrate.
Yeah, it's a Father's Day show and we just spent 5 minutes making bacon jokes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have delivered.
Yes. Don't be ashamed of your father. Don't be ashamed of being a father. There is nothing wrong with the masculine. The all-out assault. You know, we have a friend, he put something in the group text, and he actually suggested that maybe we should bring back dueling.
God, yes.
That we lost a large amount of our masculinity when running your mouth might get you shot. And, you know, what's funny is I've said on this show before that I actually think part of the reason why the schools have a zero tolerance toward violence policy is because it's one of those things that sounds real good until you see it in practice. as in if you are assaulted and you fight back, you also get in trouble because the school has a zero tolerance policy toward violence. And whether or not you want to admit it, there is a certain degree of violence that's part of the male condition. It is a thing that all men understand is a possibility with all other men. And you'd be amazed at how well that keeps the vast majority of us in check. I mean, after 19, 20, 21 years old, and we go, ooh, man, big enough to hurt somebody and be hurt. Maybe I want to be careful with that.
Now, I hadn't intended to talk about this morning, but since you brought us down this rabbit hole, that's something worth understanding. And okay, I'm going to be careful here because I can go down this rabbit hole, and this could be a whole 1-hour show, and probably needs to be before long. But take a moment. You have this no violence policy in schools, which is so absurd that it goes so far as to punish little boys who defend themselves when violence is done to them. And this is coming from the same people who are pushing the anti-bullying policy type stuff. Because, well, as I've often said, Democrats are bad at math. Let me explain how the math works here. If you punish children, if you punish little boys for defending themselves or others when violence is done to them, that means that your bullies get to operate in secret, but they get to operate with impunity because now there's not a fight that breaks out to draw the attention of authorities nearby to break up that fight. So what you do by dropping a zero tolerance policy, this is exactly the way gun control works.
I was about to
disarm the good
guys.
You disarm the good guy, and you do not disarm the bad guy. You cannot disarm criminals. That's not an option. Your only option is to arm the good guys. It would be no different than saying, look, the barbarians are coming over the hill. Quick, let down the drawbridge and tear down the walls. Maybe they'll go away. Hurry, get all the archers off the wall and bring the infantry back. Maybe if they see we don't plan to hurt them, they'll leave us alone. Yeah, because that's how you avoid getting your women pillaged and your fields raped by Vikings.
And look, I'm not saying that you solve every problem with violence. I'm even okay with even going so far as to say 99% of the time you don't use violence to solve a problem. But you don't ever take that motherfucker completely off the table. You just don't. I remember the time that I got kicked out of daycare because a guy hit my sister. So, I mean, that was it. That was the ball game. I made him cry. And I'm not even trying to brag, whatever. It's just a thing that happened. I didn't even think. I just saw this guy hit my sister. And, well, there was just no other option. And so the owner of the daycare is furious. And luckily, my dad answered the phone and my mom did not. So my dad's the one who left work early to come and pick me up. And he pulled me aside and was like, your mom is going to be very unhappy, but me and you are going to get ice cream on the way home. You don't ever let anybody hit your sister. And that's what dads are good for. That right there.
I have a similar story. It didn't involve the bully picking on my sister. Okay. I'm a big guy, and I've had the big guy experience. And part of the big guy experience is when you're in school, people want to pick on you because there's always some little shit football player, basketball player, whatever, that wants to prove a point by trying to climb the mountain, and it doesn't work out for him. And I had
for Oberon.
I had one of those guys that decided he was going to pick on me one day, and he just happened to catch me on a bad day, like a real bad day. And I won't go into all all the stuff, but it was a real bad day. And he starts picking on me, and I guess he thought he was going to whoop my ass. There was this kind of assumption the big guys in chorus and band, and he doesn't play football, so he's kind of a bitch. I'm like, yeah, but guys, y'all missed the part where I'm boxing and kickboxing on the weekends. I don't play football because it's a team sport. It bores me. And so, he starts picking on me, and I picked him up off his feet and headbutted him in the face 5 or 6 times. I made a bloody, nasty hash out of his face. It was pretty rough. And then he ran into the principal's office, and I chased him in there. And, they called my dad and suspended me for fighting. And in all fairness, all this guy did was slap me in the face and poke at me a couple times. And I lost my temper and...
Whatever. NAP, baby.
It didn't work out for him. Oh yeah, he violated the non-aggression principle. Absolutely. He earned what he got. But yep, they called Dad, and Dad had to drive across. It was a longer drive than is reasonable for the situation because he worked in the next town over, and the school was at the opposite side of the town that the school was in. And Dad came and picked me up, and I basically had to spend the rest of the day hanging out in the recruiter office in Topsom, Maine with the old man. And then had to spend a couple days at home. It worked out, actually, because I called my boss that evening, and I said, hey, I just got suspended from school, so I can wash dishes for breakfast and lunch tomorrow and the next day as well. Can I pick up an extra couple of shifts?
And that's another thing a man does.
And my dad was there for me. Came and picked me up, and yeah.
So yeah, happy Father's Day, and celebrate your masculinity. It is a wondrous and fearful thing that the Creator has sought to make us this dimorphous species that somehow manages to complement each other so well if we'll just fucking allow it to happen.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess that's all we've got today.
Yeah, just wanted to have fun with this one. Happy Father's Day. And God, I miss Trump's tweets.
Oh, and just
so bad.
Just one last thing before we pop off the air. You're gonna see a bunch of stuff trending on Twitter, and well, you guys probably won't, but you'll see it on Facebook. You'll hear it on the news about this evil white supremacist Trump supporter that plowed into a gay pride parade because Ron DeSantis is this evil monster who told all the Republicans, hey, you need to be murdering people in protests and parades and stuff, and that's why this evil white supremacist drove his car into the parade to murder the 2 people that died. It turns out the driver and all the victims were members of the gay men's chorus. It was a car accident, and the driver was in fact a participant in the situation. So all those headlines about the evil white supremacist terror attack are lies. You are fake news. So just know that when you start seeing all that crap trending all over the place today, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Be safe out there, guys. Love you. Happy Father's Day.